Hey guys, what's going on? Peter, first one, early bird. Kip, good to see you. Mike, how's everybody doing? Looks like we might have a little slow night tonight. We'll give them a few more minutes. I guess so. Nobody else got the memo, I guess. We'll have a good time anyway. We'll give them another minute or two. We're a couple minutes early. Dale, good to see you. Jerry, good to see you. All right, well, I hope so, Kip. I hope so. Kip, you must have been busy lately.
Mike said he had to watch a commercial first.
Robert, good to see you. Glad you got to tune in. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. And I hope the rest of the week goes by pretty fast. Yeah, Jerry, that was a good cook. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more, but they turned out really good, and it was one of the easiest cooks I've done in a while. It turned out really good.
Good evening, Peter. Be careful, Harley. Coming home from Atlanta.
Appreciate that, Dale. It turned out really good. On the road, headed home from Atlanta. Well, drive safe there, brother. A lot of crazy folks on the highway.
Good evening, Stephen.
Stephen, good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Rhonda.
Hey, my girl. Love you.
Good to see you. Stephen, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Don't hate me because I missed Sunday. You was probably on another channel, wasn't you, Mike? Cheating again. Mike, I saw a thing on Facebook a while ago that says keto is like a marriage. It doesn't work when you cheat. It's the same thing with subscribers, Mike.
Stop it. Hey, Gavin. Don't work too hard.
Gavin, g'day, mate. Gavin's down under.
Mike was sleeping. I don't blame you, Mike. I was sleeping too.
Matt, good to see you. All right, guys, looks like we got a pretty good crowd here so far. We'll go ahead and get started. First off, I want to say again, congratulations to Fred and Chanel. Beautiful grandbaby, baby Willow. Looks like everything's going good there. So, you know, if you get a chance, just send them a message on Facebook or Instagram or something, and you know, just tell them congratulations and all that good stuff. So very happy for them. That was good. I think what we might start doing, especially on Wednesday nights, is just do a mailbag thing. I've gotten to where at least once a week something shows up unexpected at the door, and I don't know what it is. So we open it up, and it's a nice surprise. So we're going to start doing a little mailbag segment on Wednesday nights to kind of let you guys know what showed up at the Jus Piddlin BBQ headquarters. Appreciate it, Stephen. A couple people have said that. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. No sauce for me with keto. Yeah, Matt, that's the only thing that I have struggled with keto is before I even realized that I had put sauce on something, and you just about can't get a sauce without sugar in it. So that's one thing that I have struggled with.
Any new shirts?
Any new shirts coming out? I'm going to talk about that too in just a minute, Stephen. Merchandise. I'll kind of address that too. But that's a good question. Thank you for that.
That's good working on some sauces.
And I need to do that too, Matt. It'll probably help a lot of people out that are doing, you know, barbecue, but still, you know, trying to do keto and barbecue at the same time. And the sauces is what really gets you. So I need to do that too. Using the Sirkin Gold Brown sugar. That's like imitation type or brown sugar substitute, I think, right? Right now, I'm just using stevia and like my coffee and stuff like that. But I don't know how well that would go in a barbecue sauce. So,
Mike says Frank's Red Hot sauce.
hit 150 pounds lost yesterday. Matt, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Keep up the good work until you reach the goal that you want to reach. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to check that out. So you might have sent it to me. I think it's offered on Amazon. I need to try to order some of that. John, I just hit 150 pounds gain today. Hey, John, just keep going till you hit your goal, man. John, good to see you tonight, too. Good stuff. Pretty much at maintenance now. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen, you need to eat more sauce. You'd have to gain 50 pounds probably. All right, so the mailbag this week, really cool stuff going on this week. First, I got Ben Phelps over at the Watchman Stove. This showed up at the house, and me and him have been talking about a poker for the Watchman Stove for a while now. And those of you that might own a Watchman Stove or think about owning a Watchman Stove, well, this poker showed up at the house, and it's even got a nice Watchman Stove logo welded on it, solid steel. And I've got a fire pit out there with a poker, but it's 3/8 rod, and this is, I believe, 1/2 inch rod. Really heavy duty, powder coated. It's got the cool, stay cool handle on it. Awesome. So Ben Phelps and all the guys at Winchester Metals with the Watchman Stove, really appreciate that. And I'm assuming, I haven't looked yet, but I'm assuming that they're probably going to start selling those on the website. And I know they've already come out with a cover for the Watchman Stove as well. So be looking for that too. Let's see what I missed. Gavin, have you tried any of those hotties yet? Sauces.
No, we're taking some.
What? No, we're.
Is that the ones you just got?
No,
in the mail?
I don't think so.
Oh. He put sauces in parentheses.
My doc told me that today I need to lose a little weight. Hard to do eating barbecue. It is. It's hard. But Peter, I tell you, a lot of it is just carbs and sugars, you know. Cut some of that stuff out and you can still eat the old pulled pork. The second thing, a box showed up that I was not expecting, and it was from Justin Stanley. And this box was full of hot sauces. And I'm just going to show you a couple of them. We've got a couple already packed up for Bristol that we're going to take. But it's actually from, and I'm probably butchering the name of this place, but I'm going to say Allegheny City Farms. They are in Pennsylvania. And like this one is Tom's All Day Hot Sauce. This one is Flavor Bomb Series Jalapeno Splash. And it's got a little flame scale down there at the bottom, but it's just got one flame, so it doesn't seem like it would be that hot. Let's see what this one is. That one's a 2-flamer there. So that one will be a little hotter. This one, Kung Pao Rush, a 2-flamer there. This one looks like it'll be off the chain. Mm-hmm. Mellow Death. Yeah, it's got hot with a big explosion type deal in it. That looks really hot, like a Grim Reaper type deal on it. And this one is Sweet Heat Hot Sauce. It's got pink boots. And evidently this was created for the Pink Boots Society to encourage women.
Kevin wants you to do a live taste test.
And me and Harley talked about doing that. But anyway, really great. And then this is Pittsburgh Pub Mustard. It looks like a real, like a whole grain type mustard. Really cool. So I'm excited to try all these things. And then there was, how many we pack up?
Two, just two.
And we packed up 2 more for Bristol. So there was
the pineapple one.
It was a pineapple and something else, regular hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome, awesome mailbag. I can't wait to try these. I mean, really nice. Justin, thank you so much. Those are going to be really cool. And so I posted that on Instagram, I think. Well, the owner from Allegheny Farms commented and said there was like a couple of, like, they got some hot jellies or jams and something else. And I think a barbecue sauce, and I pretty much have the whole line. But basically, this farm like plants these peppers from seed to bottle. And Justin, thank you, man. I'm actually at a loud brewery right now, so I apologize for not being able to hear. But I wanted to give thanks. No, thank you, man. Awesome. But evidently they Joe's Barbecue House, and I want to give Joe a shout out too. He commented the other day on a couple of videos, and I checked his channel out, and he's got a great channel just starting up. So if you guys want a new channel to check out, go check Joe's Barbecue House out. I subscribe to his channel. Looks really good. Down to earth guy, a guy that, you know, I would have in my backyard just like I'd have you guys in my backyard. So check his channel out. You know, give him a look. If you like his channel, subscribe to his channel, give him some thumbs up, and give him some encouragement. That's awesome. Love new channels like what Joe's doing. So good channel, Joe. But Justin, again, thanks for that great mailbag this week. So that was good stuff. That the blue one, Mike, that is the camper. Ain't it called like a camper? It's like a camper coffee mug. You can get those on Iron Bean Coffee Company.
Or is he talking about yours?
Or mine. Stainless. Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, Mike, this is a Jus Piddlin special. This is just a Yeti cup. Is this Yeti or Arctic?
No, it's Yeti.
Yeti cup. And I just took one of my black stickers and split it up half on this side and then the Jus Piddlin on that side. So a little customization there.
Let's see,
Genocide Riz, how are you? John Woo, good afternoon. 85-degree Arizona. They keep things pretty warm or pretty cool.
Nice and bootleg.
Bootleg. With a little cast iron bean coffee. What else? We got Justin, we got Ben, we got the mailbag.
Miller.
Bristol Brill Cream. Hold on. Let's go back up.
That was his first, I think.
Where'd it go? I'm trying to keep up with all these things.
It's right there, babe.
Bristol Brill Cream. I'm showing my age. I'll be listening later. Justin Stanley. Good to go, Justin. Cool coffee cup. Bootleg Jus Piddlin barbecue swag. It is a bootleg, Mike. What else we got? Any thoughts on Louisiana LG 900 at Costco? Thinking of pulling the trigger on it. Grilla too expensive. The only thing that I would say, and I'm not familiar with it personally, so I can't say right off the bat any opinions one way or the other. The thing that I would say is buying a grill from Costco. I've always discouraged that a little bit. And the reason being, for example, a Traeger, for example, the Traegers that they sell at Costco are not the same Pro Series type Traegers that they sell from Traeger or at a Ace Hardware, for example. But a lot of people assume that a Traeger is a Traeger. A lot of people assume that, you know, Louisiana is Louisiana. And then also at Costco, a lot of the people there are just there to sell. That, you know, they probably don't cook on these grills any more than anybody else. So just do your homework on them. I would say do your own homework and just know what you're getting before you go. And as long as you do that, I think it'll be great. How about some more white coffee mugs? All right. Let me address Robert Kilpatrick. Good to see you. Central Pennsylvania. Great video that you did. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that.
Good night, Joe's Barbecue House. Have a good night.
Gotcha. Costco won't help you with it if it dies. I think they'll take them back, but you're not going to get much customer service if that's what you're talking about. I agree with you, Mike. Have a good night, Joe.
Yes, you did, Harley. I use mine all the time.
Actually, I had to buy it from Harley. He didn't even give it to me. I had to buy it probably. It was probably like, he probably charged me $50.
You did not. He gave them to us. You stop.
All right, let me address the merchandise stuff real quick because I've had a couple of people comment about the white mugs. And I've thought about ordering some more mugs, but I thought about ordering some black ones instead just to be a little bit different. But, you know, if the white mugs are popular, we could do that. Acquire it. And somebody asked about shirts, and I'm trying to order shirts too. The problem is the bottom line in the Jus Piddlin BBQ account fund for merchandise. All this stuff like the mugs aren't really bad. The shirts are kind of expensive, and to come up with all at once, and then hats are outrageous, but I'm fixing to address the hats in just a minute. So yes, I am going to order. Probably the next thing I'm going to order is mugs, not shirts. And I'm probably just going to be able to order just the mugs this month because I'm trying to get the hats going. And then next month, I'll probably try to order another round of shirts. And I apologize for not being able to stay ahead of the game in the merchandise stuff. Hopefully one day I'll be able to stay ahead of the game and have all of these lines full on the website. But right now I can just do what I can do. So that's kind of how we're going about it right now. But I think when we're going to Bristol this weekend, after we get back from Bristol, I'll probably order some mugs. And when those come in, those will be on the website. I'll announce that. And then let's talk about hats for a minute. This hat right here. I just posted a picture on Instagram and Facebook probably. This is the first Jus Piddlin barbecue hat. And I had a guy, I meant to bring that other patch in here. A local guy.
I'm going to get it.
That'd be cool if you could. A local guy here makes leather stuff, and I tagged him in my Instagram post, but I'll also put a link in the description box to his stuff. But it's forged leather, FORJD leather. Outstanding leather work. He does leather work for a lot of cool celebrity singers like Brantley Gilbert, for example. A lot of cool stuff. And this is another, he did 2 patches for me for free just so I could try. And this was another one. And this one has kind of some grommets in it. Really cool. He gets the leather himself. He tans the leather. He conditions the leather, stains it and cuts it, works with it, and etches it and everything. So really great. So we got these in today, and Miss Piddlin right here used her little fingertips and sewed it on, hand sewed it. And man, I love it. It's awesome. So hopefully before too long, I can, now I know where to get the patches here locally. Now I've got to get the hats. I'm going to order the hats myself instead of trying to do it through somebody else. I have found that it's just better to do it myself. And then each one of these patches are going to be hand sewn.
Yes. So
be
patient.
With love and shipped out. So stay tuned for that. And I don't know what kind of color hat it's going to be yet. Y'all give me your thoughts on it. I just got a blue one, plain blue hat, just to see if I like this style hat. I really kind of don't. I'm going to order the Richardson 111 hats that are still unstructured but fit a little bit better than this hat. I do like this leather patch with this color, but I would also like to do an orange or maybe a charcoal gray or khaki or something. I don't know. But anyway, I still love the leather. I love it. It's different. It's a little higher class, I think. A little rustic at the same time. It just kind of fits my style. So let me know what you think about the hats, the hat idea. I'll be getting the mugs and probably shirts next month. So what we got?
Go up here. You need to go up here and start down.
John Woo. Yeah, I bought a small one from Costco, not knowing much. Going to sell it later this spring, then buy a chimp. Yeah, you're just not going to get a whole lot of support from when you buy them like that. So Harley says the LG 900 was my first pellet grill, and it was. I remember Harley had it, and I remember something happened to the handle. And so Harley had it was like a twisted vine, wooden vine that he put on there for a handle. It looked really cool. But I remember that grill, Harley. That was a cool grill. No chimney pipe kind of bothers me. It looks wrong. I don't really mind that. The new Traegers have that downdraft system without a chimney, and I kind of like it, to be honest with you. When you're moving it around, especially if you have it in the bed of your truck and you're transporting it somewhere, you don't have to worry about something hitting it and knocking it off. I heard somebody that happened to once. What else we got? Not sure why. Hope you don't mind. Your wife reminds me of Misha Tate. Who's Misha Tate, babe? Mm-hmm. And that's a compliment. Well, she must be a little hottie. Appreciate that, Gregor.
Keep going.
Hey, I work at Staples full time. We have a $4.99 mug special right now, imprinted with your logo. I can help you get it set up if you want. $4.99 with logo. That's pretty cool, Matt. I need to see it. I need to see what.
You need to write down.
Let me write that down, Matt. And that's at Staples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check that out, Matt. Ordered me a pit barrel cooker today. Had been on the bubble. Your wing video pushed me over the edge. Earl, that's awesome. And I'm going to talk about that video a little bit more and talk about the pit barrel cooker a little bit more. So this might, justify that order by what I say in a few minutes. I'd already planned on talking about it anyway, so that's awesome. And Noah and Amber are great people. Great people. Noah, he's a Navy veteran, a Navy corpsman. Great folks. But I'll talk about that more in a minute. That's awesome, Earl. Yeah, your wife is smoking hot. Lucky guy. I am a lucky guy. I'm a very lucky guy. Every morning when I wake up, I say, damn it, I'm lucky. You would be lost without Miss Piddlin. I would be lost.
Yes,
I'd be like a puppy that lost his toy, Mike. You're very true. Matt just sent you a friend request in the book. Okay. Matthew Hunt, hello. Stephen, don't prefer the trucker hat. I do like the low top. I know, but he meant trucker. I'm assuming. I do like the low top ball caps. I have a small head. Well, I've got a big melon, Stephen, but I just like the trucker hats, the unstructured trucker hats, because I don't like hats. I like hats to fit my big melon, not to stick up and then go back. I just like it to be like snug to my head like a glove. Maybe I need to order the other ones just because, but I want to wear my own hat. Slow down, Biden. Boundaries. Amen, Mike. Amen.
Black hats.
Mike, don't worry. I'll let them know when a boundary's crossed, brother. Black hats.
Yes,
black
Peter,
hats.
my hands will be sore in the morning.
Matt, we actually talked about black. And, you know, black, this brown patch might look good on a black hat. Might have a good point there. Hand sewn by the amazing Miss Piddlin herself. Priceless. I got booted. Who did I upset? Traeger Ironwood versus Camp Chef Woodwind. SG with sidekick. Traeger Ironwood versus Camp Chef Woodwind.
Smiley
I guess with the searing station. I guess Matthew. Matthew, I'm going to be honest with you, and you know I'm honest with everybody. I could sit here and pump up the Traeger Ironwood versus the Camp Chef, but that wouldn't be fair because I've never used a Camp Chef Woodwind. I know a couple of guys that have used the Camp Chef Woodwind and have been very happy with it. I have used a Traeger Ironwood, although it was an older model. It was more of a European model. I have not used a Traeger Ironwood with the new controller. But I do think, and Harley, if you're out there, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think the new Traeger Ironwood has the same drivetrain and similar drivetrain. Actually, I don't think it is the same drivetrain, same controller as the Timberline that I have. And if it's anything similar to that, I know that's an awesome controller, but it would not be right for me to comment on the Camp Chef Woodwind without me using it first. I think here's my opinion on it though. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them because I think both of them are excellent. It just depends on which one is going to suit your cooking style the best.
That's Mr. Tate. Retired UFC.
Yeah, I think you got her beat, babe. I think you got her beat.
I like to do some UFC.
I think you got her beat. Yeah, Dale Mr. Tate is a retired UFC fighter.
That's how I look
awesome.
Up.
Smiley's ready for Bristol. Smiley, Chad Roberts, he's going to Bristol with us.
Matt said you can go.
You can go to your local one to see a sample mug. Matt, I might do that. It probably won't be this week before we leave to go to Bristol. But
Chad said you'd be eating more at his house.
You would be eating at my house more. Why?
Mm-hmm.
John Billingsley. Flex fit hats are the best. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been a snapback kind of guy, I guess.
That's it.
For the price of the LG, you could get a Pit Boss Pro Series 1100 with a cover and 2 bags of pellets at Lowe's. Good. That's a good recommendation there too, Peter.
You're exactly right, Chad.
Yeah, you're right. To each his own. You're right, John. You're right. And you know, that's one of them things where I could probably order 5 different types of shirts, 5 different types of hats, and somebody's not going to be happy, you know. The only thing I don't like about Traeger, they almost double the price on the new models. Yeah, they also double the features on the new models, Tim, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Stephen, I'm currently taking a Facebook break, but I'll be back Saturday, FYI. Stephen, why are you taking a break, brother? Mike Tabor.
Matt is taking a break.
Oh, Matt's taking a break.
Lord.
Well, Matt, I don't blame you. Too much negativity. I agree with you 100%, Matt. Lowe's just had a great sale on Kingsford. That's good to know there, Gregor. Especially Earl, he just bought him a pit barrel cooker. No, I'm Matt. Who are you? I say you go with New Era 5950 fitted hats with the Jus Piddlin logo. Let me write that down, Peter. I'll do some research on that. New Era. New Era, huh?
That's like the
New Era does make good hats. We had those for baseball on the baseball team. The new D2 drivetrain. Exactly. I don't take a break on the book. I laugh at ignorance and stupidity. That's a good way to handle it, Stephen. Yeah, the hats that MLB uses. I got a feeling those are going to be a little pricey, Peter, but I will check them out. But you're paying for the Wi-Fi on the new Traeger. That's all. That's no better grill than the other. No, Tim. You probably should check out some videos on the Traeger because the Wi-Fi is not the only thing that's new. The whole drivetrain is new. The fan and the auger motor are new. They're brushless motors. It has a variable speed fan, on and on and on. There's a lot more to it than just the Wi-Fi. Mike Tabor, that hat will cost $43,000 each. Chad, you are right. It's like they're made out of wool. You are right about that. And in South Georgia, that I smell a heat stroke coming. Well, you have to decide what's in your budget, Tim, and if it's too much, then don't buy it. That would be my recommendation. Yeah, you're right about that, Peter. It's hilarious, John. Robert, hey, Mike, did you ever use Grilla Grills rubs and sauces? If so, what's your opinion? Stephen, you can send me an email. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Channel, check out Joe's Barbecue House if you hadn't checked that out. All right, let's talk about the video, the wing video on the pit barrel cooker. First off, there are some videos that I do that just seem to go really easy. And there are some videos that I do that seem like it's just like a work in progress and it takes forever and it just seems like it never comes together smoothly. But the video the other day, the chicken wing video on the pit barrel cooker, was one of the easiest videos I've done in a long time. And it was partly because of the pit barrel cooker. And I had a couple of questions about the pit barrel cooker, and I'll answer those in just a minute. But first of all, the pit barrel cooker, the reason why I like it and the reason why a lot of people buy it is because of the simplicity of the thing. And there's a lot of people, and I said it in the video, there's a lot of people that make that thing a lot more complicated than it is. You've got people out there, and I get it. If you want to do this stuff and you want to tinker with stuff and all that, then go ahead. But one of the benefits of the pit barrel cooker is how simple it is. There's no need for a temp gauge on the pit barrel cooker. There's no need for all kind of gadgets for the pit barrel cooker. You don't need anything. You need charcoal and meat, and that's really about it. That's all you need, and that's what I love about it. So the other day, I mean, this is the whole cook. I started the pit barrel cooker. I filled that basket up. I took 30 of the briquettes out, put it in the chimney and lit it, poured them back in there, put 3 chunks of hickory in there and let it heat up for about 20 minutes. And then added my chicken wings. I let them go for about 20 minutes. I flipped the chicken wings over, let them go for about 10 more minutes. I pulled them out, sauced them, put them back on for 10 minutes, and they were done. I didn't have to do anything. That was it. And people talk about, oh, pellet grills. You know, pellet grills are a lazy man's grill and lazy man's oven. It doesn't get any easier than the pit barrel cooker. It really doesn't. So, and that's why I love it. But along with that pit barrel cooker, you get a good charcoal flavor with the hickory chunks. I probably could only use 1 or 2. I think it had a little bit too strong hickory smoke, maybe. But you can adjust that to your liking. But it really doesn't get any easier than that. And then after the video was over, the pit barrel's still going. So, you know, I told Brandy, I said, we could cook something else. And we had some chicken in the refrigerator, already seasoned up. She said, why don't you go and throw that on? So I went ahead and threw it on. And we ended up cooking it too. So it's really hard to beat. And Earl, the only thing I would say about the pit barrel cooker is it's really not ideal if you're just going to cook a couple of chicken breasts, because you're going to end up wasting a lot of charcoal. So I would recommend go ahead and planning on cooking several different things, or doing a long cook on a large piece of meat, and do that. So just so you don't waste your charcoal. But the pit barrel cooker was outstanding the other day. So if you don't own a pit barrel cooker and you're looking for some kind of entry level, not too pricey of a grill that's easy to operate, give the pit barrel cooker a look. It's awesome. And we got some questions, babe?
No.
No?
You're welcome, Matt.
All right.
I got this one.
Mike, just my curiosity, why did you put the rebar in the pit barrel wing cook?
I think you.
What are you talking about, babe?
What?
What are you talking about?
You're reading. I'm talking about Mike being funny. I think he's really.
Pit barrel cooker, wing cook. Do they hold up the lid? No, they don't. They don't hold up the lid, Mike. But believe it or not, I did get that question. I got the question, why did I keep putting the rebar back in, even though I wasn't hanging anything? I was actually using the grill grate. And, you know, for somebody that's not familiar with that pit barrel cooker, it was a legit question. So I answered the question in the comments, but just so everybody else knows, when Noah and them were experimenting with the pit barrel cooker, trying to come up with a good design, they always cooked with the rebar in those holes because it almost acts like a top vent, almost like for the Weber kettle, where you can adjust it up or down. Well, when you put that rebar in, it's like closing off the top vent on a Weber kettle. And so to have consistent temps, whether you're hanging meat or not, you want to make sure that that rebar is in the holes to restrict that airflow. And that's kind of what keeps a consistent temp no matter what you're cooking, every cook. So that's why I put the rebar in the pit barrel cooker. So you want to do that unless you want a higher temp. Then you can take one of the rebar out and see if that gets your temps up the way you want them, or you can take both out and it's really going to get them high. So, but it is kind of like a temp regulation type deal. So thanks for that question, Mike.
Yes, Peter, I stay on things.
I'm trying.
And Matt, sometimes I'm the one that needs the adult drinks and not him.
True.
T. Roy. Mark Summers.
What now?
Mark and T. Roy just got on.
Oh, T. Roy. Good to have you on the Jus Piddlin BBQ live. Just when you were telling me why I lost video. Also, the other question on the pit barrel cooker that I had was, does it have a temp gauge? No, it doesn't have a temp gauge. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, it doesn't need a temp gauge. I know some people have put temp gauges on them. And I talked about this the other night. I don't know if it's human nature, but it just seems like people just can't leave things alone if it's working perfectly well. people still can't leave it alone. And there's people that have added temp gauges to the pit barrel cooker. One guy added a temp gauge and a smokestack to the pit barrel cooker. Added stuff to enhance the airflow and all that stuff. I'm telling you, go buy a pit barrel cooker, don't do a thing to it, and it's going to cook awesome. There's really not any need for any of that. You can put a temp gauge on it if you want to, but it's still going to cook the same. And to be honest with you, I don't really care what the temp is on a pit barrel cooker as long as it keeps cooking the way it's cooking. So I'm not going to mess with it. It's cooking some outstanding ribs and wings and pork butts and everything else that I put on it so far. So I'm not going to mess with it.
Have you ever used a cinema rib?
No. Okay, that makes sense. That's why you are the award-winning barbecue champ, and I just try to be the class clown. Mike, you are the GOAT of all live stream crew members. Mike is the GOAT. All right, what else? That covers the wing video, and the wings turned out great, by the way. Brandy said she liked the Killer Hog salt vinegar sauce better than the Blues Hog Tennessee red sauce. I thought the Tennessee red sauce was going to be a little spicier than it was. So I kind of agree with you. I kind of like the Killer Hog's vinegar sauce a little bit better, but that the Blues Hog original sauce is still our favorite probably of anything right now. That stuff is amazing.
Earl's ready for his pit barrel.
Well, Earl, when you get your pit barrel, cook on it just like they tell you to, and let me know what you think. I hope it turns out really well for you. I keep losing the video feed. It's windy as hell up here, so could be that. Well, maybe it's not us, Peter. I hope it's not us. Grilla Gardner of all time. PBC is my favorite for cooking ribs and chicken. T-Roy, I agree 100% for ribs. If I say it all the time, if I'm cooking ribs and I've got my choice, I'm going to cook ribs on the pit barrel cooker. Hands down, the best and easiest way to cook ribs that I have found. Really easy.
Peter said the Blues Hog original is good for a meatloaf glaze.
I bet it is, Peter. And Brandy hates meatloaf. She loves a hamburger. She loves a hamburger steak. Oh, the meatloaf just gives her the heebie-jeebies, and it's the same thing. It's just the name meatloaf, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if we call it something else?
Just nasty.
What if we call it something else?
I don't know.
I'll think of a cool name.
The Blues Hog, can you find it in Ace Hardware? Mike can't find it at Kroger.
I think you can find it at Lowe's. I want to say I've seen it at Lowe's, but I know.
Oh God, meatloaf sandwiches.
I know that meatloaf sandwiches are the bomb. Cut those meatloaf in slices, and then get a good crust on both sides.
Oh, please stop,
man.
T-Roy,
have you used lump charcoal in your PBC? I haven't. I've seen a couple of guys do it. I think White Thunder Barbecue. I think that's the channel. I've seen him do it once, I think. But I haven't, and a couple reasons why. And T-Roy, I know you've experienced this. You try to put lump charcoal in a chimney, and you can't get near as much lump in a chimney as you can briquettes because they're uniform size. And so I've just always thought that it would be harder to regulate how much charcoal you're putting in there and the temp. it wouldn't be a bad thing to experiment with. I've just never done it. And I guess partly is because I've had such good results with I've just been using the old King for Blue, and I've always had good results with it. Well, Earl, they're going to turn out good. Put that hook in that about the second bone down, and just sit back and enjoy. I mean, it's going to be a great cook. I know it is.
Tim wants to know where you're at.
Need to win a World Series.
Or a crepe.
I am in South Georgia. I like the Blues Hog Smoky Mountain Barbecue sauce best. I need to try that, Dave. Gregor Miller, bless you, man. Have you done a collab lately? Do you know Meat Cranium or Big Lou Barbecue or Christy's Cooking Channel? Actually, Gregor, Christy's Cooking Channel, I think Christy is in Georgia somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. I am familiar with Meat Cranium and Big Lou Barbecue. I'm not, we're not, we don't communicate on a regular basis, but I'm familiar with those other channels as well. I haven't done a collab in a while. Yeah, she's near Atlanta Motor Speedway, around Hampton, Georgia, I'm assuming. But she's got a great channel. Really, really down home type person. I like her videos.
Harley says it is at Ace.
Harley says it is at Ace, so it has to be at Ace. But my Oklahoma Joe does those ribs and leg quarters as good as I've ever had. Nothing wrong with Oklahoma Joe, Smiley. It's probably because you're such a good pit master of that Oklahoma Joe. It's probably not the Oklahoma Joe itself, I would think, Chad.
Mike, it doesn't matter how he cooks a meatloaf. I'm not eating it. Not happening.
She won't do it. She won't do it. I made 2 meatloafs.
That's probably the only thing
I made a video on a meatloaf. It turned out amazing. And then I froze another one and cooked it later, and no. Didn't try the meatloaf. We got to just call it something else and you'll never know. So that's kind of the pit barrel cooker thing. But again, I love that thing. And the wing video turned out good. I think it's got about working on 500 views so far, which is pretty good for my channel. And appreciate everybody checking it out and all the comments. Love the comments that I see on it. That's what I'm thinking, Mike. I got to come up with a good name. Not sure it will beat my Silverbac, but I think I will have a more smoky rib. And Earl, that's it. It's going to be a different flavor. You're going to get more flavor on your ribs in that pit barrel cooker. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And I still like the ribs off the Silverbac and off the Traeger and all my pellet grills, but it's just a different flavor. And then you put a couple of chunks of apple or hickory or oak, whatever you want on it, and really good. Green onion, red onion, yellow, red bell pepper. Yeah, I mean, that's what I put in the last one, Gregor. Yeah. I mean, it turned out great. Turned out really good. And I think it was a 2-meat meatloaf, sausage and ground beef. Turned out really good. Gavin, thank you so much for checking us out from the land down under. I appreciate you, Gavin. Hope everything is going well in Australia, brother. Thank you so much. Best ribs I ever had was on the Traeger 321, simple 2 hours. Yeah. 321 is a good guy to start off with. Rock 4070. Good to have you on the channel. Looking for some inspiration for grilling something fantastic this weekend. What's cooking? Well, We were just talking about the video I did Sunday, which was the chicken wings video. Let us know what kind of cooker you have. I did that on the pit barrel cooker, but you could do it on just about anything that you got. It's a deeper smoke flavor, no doubt. It is. It's a deeper smoke flavor, and you get that charcoal, that little charcoal bite, you know, that you traditionally get from charcoal. T-Roy, how would you explain that flavor? It's kind of a bitter, and I don't mean bitter in a bad way, but charcoal just has a bite to it versus, say, you know, regular stick wood or pellet smokers or something like that. It's just a different flavor. It's kind of like it's different. Like Brandy doesn't really like, and Brandy doesn't really like charcoal that much. Stuff off of charcoal grills. She always can tell when I cooked it on a charcoal grill. But she also doesn't like the flavor of, say, a burger from Dairy Queen because it still has that flavor to it, you know. But it really puts out some good ribs. What's the average cook time on a full packer? I'm debating one for Sunday, but not sure how early I want to get. Well, Matt, that's a hard question because even though it's a full packer, I've seen full packers anywhere between 12 pounds and 18 or 20 pounds. So just because it's a full packer doesn't mean Mike Tabor says between 4 and 20 hours. And Mike took some funny medicine tonight. He's been a little jokester. But that's pretty accurate because there's really no telling how big a full packer is going to be, you know. I think of charcoal as having a grilled flavor, whereas cooking over wood has more smoky, full flavor. And that's a good analogy there. But charcoal to me, you know, it's that classic birthday party backyard burger flavor, you know, that your granddaddy or daddy used to cook, you know, back in the day. Is there a different taste for ribs when cooked on the PBC versus a Weber kettle with a slow and sear? Dale, I don't have a slow and sear, but I think it's a very similar flavor. About 15 pounds. Matt, I'm just going to throw a number out there. And keep in mind, this is also dependent on what temperature you cook it at and, you know, the quality of the brisket, you know, how much fat content and all that. But I'm going to say between, y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm going to say around 18 hours. I don't know.
Thank you, Stephen.
I'm just throwing a number out there, Matt. Charcoal to me has a deeper burnt wood smoke flavor. That's pretty accurate too, Peter. I would expect it to be very similar. Yeah, I think it's going to be very similar, Dale. Probe tender, Matt.
You ever left the Silverbac running overnight?
You ever left your Silverbac running overnight unattended? I have not, Matt. And really two reasons for that. And I understand that a lot of people don't have no desire to do it and don't really like to do it, but Harley's the same way. If I cook overnight, I'm probably going to stay up with it all night just for the experience and the ambiance. And, you know, I'm going to have the lights on back there on the back porch and the music playing and, you know, a few drinks and enjoying the night, you know. So I have not, but I would trust it. If If you have kept it clean, if you clean it out before you cook, if you have ensured that your pellets are dry and in good shape, and that's a good quality pellet, I wouldn't have any qualms about letting it run overnight. As long as you're taking care of everything and you have checked everything, you know your hopper's full, so on and so forth, I think it would be great.
Peter, that is his go-to word all the time.
It's ambiance.
Yes.
It is about the ambiance. That's what I like.
You're a French chef now.
That's what I like about cooking. That's what I like about backyard barbecue. It's the smell of the smoke. It's the hearing the sizzle of the meat. It's
it's just not with grilling though.
It's the ambiance.
Yeah,
you know?
We use it all the time.
Yeah.
Peter said that was a look. Care to elaborate, Brandy?
No, the look said it all, Peter. The look said it all. Yeah, I'm with you, T. Roy. You know, and again, it's not about how long, you know, or you know the temp. It's that probe tender, you know. You know, Brandy asked me sometimes how long when's it going to be done? Well, I mean, whenever it's done. I mean, I don't know. Whenever it's done.
Miller.
Do you ever use liquid smoke before grilling? I have not. For a few hours before smoking and grilling, I have not. I'm just not a real big liquid smoke person. I do use Worcestershire and soy a lot, but imitation smoke, I haven't used that. I would just rather get that smoke from, you know, from a grill, and if it's not enough, then try to find a way to get some more smoke flavor in there.
Peter, I'm good with the grill firing up and the beer and the loud music. I'm good with all that. He just uses that word.
Yeah, she's a trooper. She's a trooper. I have a good grilling partner and a piddler partner. Yeah. Planning on prime. Is that trimmed weight? That's a good question too, Harley. Great question. And there's a big difference. Because even that Kobe brisket that I got from Steven, by the time I trimmed it, I trimmed 4 pounds off of that brisket. So keep in mind, if you get, say, just for example, a 14-pound brisket and you bring it home, but you trim it 4 pounds, for example, do not plan on cooking a 14-pound brisket. You are now cooking a 10-pound brisket. So, Harley, that's a great point. Just like always, you know, keep the trimming weight in mind as well.
He wants to know if I can call his girlfriend.
Can you call my girlfriend and tell her that, please? No, don't do that. Don't. No, we're not doing the Dr. Phil. Who's that other guy that always does the results? Have
Mari.
We're not doing the Mari Povich. Peter. No. Have you ever done beef jerky on a pellet grill? Yes, I have. I have 2 videos on beef jerky on the pellet grill. But the first video of beef jerky was my best one. The second one didn't turn out really good, but the first one turned out excellent. Figured 18 to 19 pounds, and then trimming end up about 15 pounds. That's about right, Matt. That's about right. Matt, if you do it, let us know how it turns out, and let us know how long it took. See how accurate we were. It's a heartbreaker to cut off that much weight. It is, but you got to do it, Mike. You got to do it. You got to do whatever it takes to create great barbecue. I just think soy or worst of Shire has too much salt flavor. I don't think Worcestershire does. I think soy does. You really got to be careful with the soy.
Good night, T. Roy.
T. Roy, thank you so much for stopping by. And just remember, T. Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, my man. Appreciate you. I catch some time to time, so keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I cook brats right now on the Silverbac. Stephen, how you like that Alpha controller? And you can, that's right, you can get low sodium soy as well.
Thanks, Mike.
I think you should take your camera operator out on the town for. Where'd we go the other night? Burger King?
Oh, God.
Burger King, Mike.
Drive-through.
Burger King.
Yeah. Which was not keto.
I want him to take you through the drive-through. We'll get out.
No, I'd rather come home. Steven said he's cooking brats on his Silverbac. First time using it.
What else we got? Oh.
I got 10 best rolls for baby backs.
Meat Church Honey Hog.
Peter, I got the BLT chicken sandwich. It's pretty good.
Yes. We're going to Bristol.
We are ready.
And by the way, here is the Bristol packing list. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't even see it. I don't know why I even try to. Oh, we almost got it. There we go. Anyway, I'll tell you what's on it. It's got 4 columns. 4 columns divided into shelter, grill/fire, the generator power, cooler stuff, and food. The cooler stuff list is longer than the food list. I don't know how that happens. But then I've got another little category beside each category with a little box that I can put a check mark once it gets loaded.
My Bristol was this weekend. I'm ready to go.
So that's how we roll at Jus Piddlin headquarters. We have a checklist to make sure everything gets packed.
He's on the list too, so I don't forget him.
I'm telling you.
He just bought a
Silverbac with Alpha. Haven't tried it yet. Everyone like it. Brandon, congratulations, first of all, because you got an excellent pellet smoker. I haven't used the Alpha, but I'm sure it's going to be good. And the great thing about the Alpha controller is if you're used to the traditional controller and you don't like the PID, well, that's okay because you've still got the traditional controller. If you do like the PID, then you can use the PID side. So you've got the best of both worlds there. So
Tim wants to know what the Silverbac is.
The Silverbac is a pellet smoker made by Grilla Grills smokers. They have a Silverbac pellet smoker, which is one of the pellet smokers I own. They also have a Grilla pellet smoker, which is a unique style pellet smoker. You can find all that stuff at grillagrills.com. grillagrills.com. Cooler stuff should consist of 1 item: beer. Well, actually,
it's the first thing on the cooler stuff.
Actually, Stephen, we've got 3 coolers. We have a beer cooler, and then we have a food cooler, and then we have a cooler that's a round igloo orange cooler with a spout on the bottom for some fresh water. So the Yeti will be the drinks cooler. The cheaper Coleman will be the food cooler, and then the igloo orange construction type cooler will be the water cooler. And a backpack cooler for me to wear down to the track with our refreshments in it. So that will be we should show them our brewmates.
I'll go get them.
What we got?
That DIY, we can't go see him because he's out of town.
Yeah, Who said that, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I talked to Fetty the other day, let him know that we were coming to Bristol, and he is in Japan seeing his son, which you can't knock him for that. But and Mike, you might know what I'm talking about here, but I was going to take him a present like I did last year. And if you didn't see that present, it's in a video that Fetty shared on his channel, Redneck DIY, and you can see the present that I took him last year. And I had another one to take him this year, but he's not there, so I'm going to have to use that one as well. So now I've got 2 of those. You'll have to check his channel out to find out what those are. But they will be in our drinks cooler. There's a hint there. And here's our brewmates, by the way. And Chad Smiley Roberts is the one that introduced us to the brewmates. Obviously, they didn't come with the Jus Piddlin stickers on them because they weren't that cool when we got them. But now they're the goat of all brewmates now. But they're actually a stainless steel, as Gavin would say, stubby holder for the skinny Michelob Ultra type cans. So you put your can in there and then you slide this on top, and it holds your cans in there. It's got a non-skid rubber surface on the bottom, and it's kind of square shaped on this side, so it kind of fits in your hand really cool. And so that one's mine, and that one's Miss Piddlin's. We should take Jus off and put Miss right there.
That would be amazing. I'm glad you thought of that.
I'm glad I thought of that too. So yeah, those are on the checklist.
Right here, you need to catch up on.
Yeah, I need to catch up. I know I do too much talking.
Yeah, you do.
I thought I was the only one OCD enough to make a list for. Oh, Earl, you have no idea. Babe, do I make lists? I make lists. And we've got some of this stuff checked off that we have. Now we have a staging area, and things are staged on our back porch. So I checked off that they're staged, and now tomorrow when we start loading, I'll print a new one of these that will be blank, and we'll check them off as we load it.
Tim,
as far as pellet grills, who do you feel is the best, Traeger or Yoder? Tim, I would have to say that it would be hard to argue with the construction of Yoder. 3 coolers for Smiley as well, so we'll have a total of 6 coolers going with us. I'm fixing to kill a cat is what I'm about to do. Kip Dad was
German for ice.
No need for ice. Kip Jones. Oh, okay. He owes you a visit then. Yes, he does. I agree with you. Traeger got 15 years now. I love mine. Nothing, just simple, but awesome. Will that hold a bottle? Well, I haven't tried it, so I'm not sure. But it's meant. It might hold a skinny bottle. I don't know, but it's meant for the. I'll let you know after this weekend, Stephen. How about that? Miss Piddlin and Friends. That's good too. I like it. I like it. Also, talking about Miss Piddlin and Friends, that would be a good sign. After I get back from Bristol, I'm probably going to start off with the mugs and then still working on the hats. The hats may not come out until probably next month with the shirt, but I'm going to start the custom sign stuff and see how that goes.
Stephen, there will probably be a lot of cussing.
Need to post live traveling video. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to try to do a live stream from Bristol, regular Sunday morning, the morning show at 7 a.m. But I'm not sure if that's going to be able to work because there's not going to be Wi-Fi. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I'll try it. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, then at least I tried. How about that? So Sunday morning, 7 a.m., the regular live show. I'll try to do it from Bristol Motor Speedway.
Tom.
And I hope it works. So y'all stay tuned for that, and I hope it does. Tom, good to see you, man. We may try to post a little live traveling stuff. I'm not sure, Stephen. That may not work out too well.
Anna Marine coming out.
It's true. It's true. Or give it to your brother. Give what? What you want, Harley? I'll give it to you, man. Anything. Hey, what's mine is yours. That could be a new YouTube channel.
Oh gosh.
Miss Piddlin and Friends, new YouTube channel.
No, I'm not doing that.
May have some karaoke videos from Bristol. That's true. That would be great. There should be Wi-Fi. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. It won't be because I didn't try. Online website, I do. It's www.juspiddlinbbq.com. Juspiddlinbbq.com. There's a few two different kinds of shirts on there. Sizes left over are going to vary. And some stickers. I've got several stickers on there. Trying to get some more stuff, but it's just kind of slow.
Sale network.
What? Record with your iPhone on Cell Network. Yeah, I probably could on Verizon. I'm gonna try it. I think it'll work. Maybe it won't be. Now, here's the other issue, though, Peter. Up in the hills of Tennessee, and Bristol Motor Speedway, if you've never been there, is in the middle of hills in Tennessee. Earl knows what I'm talking about. It really is and so I don't know what the service is going to be like there. It's usually pretty decent service, though.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try it now. The thing about it is where we're camping is like 9/10 of a mile from the speedway. I mean, you can see the speedway. You'll be able to see it in the background and all that. But I'm going to try it anyway. We'll see.
Tim.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thinking about getting a pit boss, but decided on the Grilla Grill. I haven't had a new smoker in about 4 years, so I decided to spend a little more. Well, Brandon, I can tell you this. For the price, you won't find a better built pellet smoker for the price. You won't find a better built pellet smoker. I was actually talking to Mark Graham on the phone the other day, and I told him for 2 years I have said that the Grilla Silverbac is a $9.99 grill, and I believe that. Everybody asks them lots of times, do y'all ever run sales? They've been running a sale on that Silverbac ever since they came out with it, because to me, it is at least $200 below what it's worth. That's my personal opinion. Oh, that present. Hey, we can work it out. We can work it out, Harley. I don't think we're going to go through both of them anyway, because if we do, it's going to be a bad Monday morning. So I'm sure there'll be one left over. I'm sure there'll be one left over.
Oh, that's nice.
What?
Gregor Miller.
Gregor Miller. My cousin is an architect in Cambria, California. He builds homes there. It's called the Poor Man's Carmel.
Mm-hmm.
Has built a few homes for drivers. Oh, that's awesome. Pit pass for next year anyway. Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Appreciate that, Gregor. That's awesome. I've checked on pit passes several times, but I think they're like $100 a piece. And then, after you get the tickets, and then if you want to go to the Saturday race, and then you get the campsites and all that stuff, and then the stuff to put in the coolers, it starts adding up. So I've gotten pit passes Talladega once, I think, maybe. I think you should go down to Texas in October for the U.S. Formula One Grand Prix and live stream that. I've always wanted to go to a live stream, Formula One type race or IndyCar race. They have them, or they used to have them once or twice in Atlanta, I believe.
I'm always game for Texas.
$350 when you got include that. That sounds about right, Matt. Sounds about right. Let's see what else. What's on the let's talk about the menu for Bristol. Smiley is getting some hamburgers and some steaks. He gets them from a place. Smiley, what's the name of that place you get the burgers and steaks from? Every year he gets the burgers and steaks. The burgers already come pre-patted and pre-seasoned from this meat market that he gets them from. Thriftway. They're excellent burgers. And then he gets the steaks that are cut, and those are seasoned too. Or do you season them, Chad? But those ribeyes are really good. So Chad's getting the hamburgers and the steaks. So we're going to have burgers probably Friday afternoon, and then Saturday for lunch. Smiley seasons the steaks. He always does a great job. And then we're also going to have wings. We're going to do some more wings. By the way, I'm taking to cook on. We're going to take the Traeger Tailgater. I got the pellets yesterday. Mm-hmm. We're going to get the Signature Series flavor pellets. Harley, let me know what you think about those Signature Series. I tried to contact you yesterday. You must have been taking a nap. You didn't answer my phone call. But Signature Series, I believe that is cherry, hickory, and oak, maybe, blend. But it sounded pretty good, so I picked that up. And just a bag of straight oak. So we're taking 40 pounds of pellets, probably way too many pellets, but I put them in a watertight container, plastic container that y'all have probably seen me use before on the back porch. So we're going to take those. I'm also going to do some wings. We've got some sausage, the sausage that I've told you about from Mike's. I got 3 pounds of that today. The smoked sausage. Also got 2 pounds of bacon. Mm. And we're going to do some bacon potatoes. Smiley, I got some potatoes to do with the steaks, baked potatoes. Also got some asparagus. We'll probably wrap some of that in bacon and put that on there. And I got a pack of pork tenderloin. And I went ahead and cut the silver skin off of that, trimmed it up real nice. Went ahead and seasoned that up with some
bacon.
With some Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub. And Smiley's got 2 pounds of bacon. So we've got 4 pounds of bacon.
I'm excited.
So, and Chad, we talked about it. We always take too much food, and we did it again. We're going to take too much food, but it'll be all right. I always add a squeeze of lemon and or orange to my asparagus. That kind of sounds pretty good, actually. I'll tell you how I usually season them up. If we don't do bacon wrapped, I usually just take my asparagus and put them in a Ziploc bag and put some Worcestershire in there, a little minced garlic in there, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there, and mix it up, and then I just put it on the grill. But the lemon or orange sounds pretty good too.
Flavored pellets.
I've seen some different flavored pellets that they've come out with. Killer Hog Rub is pretty good. I cooked tonight.
In a very high wind.
Very high wind. Did you ever notice your pellet grill having issues with temp on a windy day? Peter, I haven't, and we have had some windy, and we've also had some windy combined with misty rain, sideways rain. Now, usually when it's windy or it's misting, I'll pull my pellet smoker under my back porch shelter, and that kind of knocks it down some. But I haven't really noticed that big a deal on, at least on my Silverbac. I haven't noticed that. I hope nobody from PETA is there. Yeah, because they're going to get their feelings hurt, Tom.
Harley likes the pellets.
They're great. Good deal. Well, let's see. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the ones. I think that's the ones that I put on top. So we'll use those first. They looked a little dark. It must have been might have been the cherry. I'm not sure, but I like that combination. So we'll probably use those first. So that got that grill cleaned up and it's ready to go. Vacuumed it out. Changed the tin foil on my drip pan, the whole deal. And so it's ready to go. I've had a flame out in high wind as well. But it just wouldn't climb to 350 very fast like it normally does. And Peter, I have heard a couple of people complain about that, but I also have seen where people said it depended on which way that they had their pellet grill facing as to if that wind could get up in there or not. And that might be something that you want to play with next time it's windy. Try to turn it a certain way, maybe away from, maybe the back toward the wind. Or if you had it that way, then reverse it and see if that has an effect on it.
Good night, Mike. Thank you.
Got to jump off. You all have a great trip. Mike, you got to go visit another channel. I understand. I appreciate you coming by, Mike. Mike, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. I'll be there. I'm not Traeger. That chicken skin can be tricky to get it crispy instead of rubbery sometimes, Tim. You're right. You had it facing the wind. May try to maybe turn it the other way. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. And really, to be honest with you, Peter, it seems like it shouldn't affect it that much, but it may. Steamed artichokes. Now, my Harley probably has steamed artichokes before. We don't eat artichokes very much. Gotta dry the skin real good. And that's a good point, Gregor. Making sure that you have blotted off the skin with some paper towels is a good idea. Billy, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It was 40 miles per hour wind gusts. Yeah, Peter, I would give you an attaboy just for grilling in 40 mile per hour winds. How about that?
We would have cooked in something inside that night.
Yeah. I hope you had that thing chained down. Jason B, in late to the party. Better late than never, Jason. But just wanted to say hi and keep up the great work. Love your videos. Jason, I appreciate that. That means a lot. I enjoy having, all these guys that come on regularly. I enjoy seeing them all the time. By the way, Kip, where's Rick? Where's Rick been? I haven't seen Rick in a while. But, whenever somebody else comes on and just, drops a line and say, hey, love your videos or something, that means the world to me, Jason. So I appreciate that. I made good beef jerky Saturday on the Traeger. Mark, what was your recipe? What kind of, did you use wet or dry rub? What did you use on that? What recipe did you use? I wasn't real happy with the last batch of jerky that we did. Kip, I don't know. It hasn't called me in a while. I'm starting to worry. Yeah, I haven't seen Rick in a while.
Did you talk about that?
Yeah. The rebar wasn't necessary and the temp gauge.
And his beagle almost blew away.
Yeah, I bet. By the way, Peter, how's the burnt fingers going? How are those healing up? Elvin, good evening, folks. Waiting on that chimp video. I'm waiting on the chimp, Elvin. As soon as the chimp gets here, we'll have a chimp video. It may be a little while before, a week or two, a couple weeks before it shows up. Elvin, I don't have a ETA on that, but I'm not going to. Beggars can't be choosers, if you know what I mean.
Good night, Stephen. Glad you came on.
Stephen, bless you, man. I hope you have a good rest of the week.
Oh, gosh, he burned his thumb on Sunday.
Man. Well, at least now if you do any kind of shady stuff, they won't be able to get your fingerprints. It's Piddlin. You keep them straight up there.
It's a job.
Somebody's got to do it, Stephen. All right, guys. Well, it is almost 9:30, almost an hour and a half again. We said we weren't going to be on here but like 20 minutes tonight.
That's never.
Hour and a half again. But it's because you guys just keep the I'm too badass to worry about burns. That's what I'm talking about.
I hear you.
That's the GOAT statement of the night, Peter. You mean a celebrity such as yourself didn't get an early shipment? No, I did not. I did not, Elvin. I did not. Hey, yeah, that's a great point, and I always forget this. If you get a chance, guys, just give me an old thumbs up on the live stream. I guess YouTube pays attention to that, and it helps me out on the videos. So I appreciate that. Smoking cheese on the Rectech Bull. I love smoked cheese, and Billy, thank you for reminding me. I need to do that. I need to do some more of that. Love smoked cheese. The goat of all chefs I agree with you 100%. Did you get a chance to watch Admiral McRaven speech in Texas? You talked about that, and I have not. And I told you to remind me about that.
You wrote it down. Where's your paper?
You threw it away.
No, sir.
I'm trying, Gregor. I'm trying. Admiral. I'm writing it down again right now. Speech.
G. Potter.
Earl, bless you, man.
Good evening, G. Potter.
Earl, that's going to go towards replenishing the cooler on the Bristol trip, Earl.
Thank you, Kip. Have a good night.
And Earl, seriously, when you get the old pit barrel in, let me know what you think about it. G. Potter, good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comment, and thank you for taking part. I'm sure I would. I love that kind of stuff. Love that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right, Kip. I appreciate it, and have a good rest of the week. So, guys, we're gonna get out here, get ready for tomorrow, and then start packing tomorrow evening. Appreciate everybody's participation in these live streams. Y'all make it really fun. Halfway through the week gives us something to look forward to. I promise you, I'll give you a full report of everything that I remember, Dale. Elvin, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Soy Wisher teriyaki garlic powder, onion powder, salt. That sounds good, Mark, and that's similar to the first jerky video that I did. It's kind of like a teriyaki type flavor. Very close to the one that I did, the first jerky video. Appreciate that, Tom. Peter, thank you. Hope you have a great rest of the week.
Be
All
careful,
you guys,
Tom.
we appreciate all of you. And
thank you, Peter.
Thank you so much. And again, be patient with the merchandise stuff. We're trying as hard as we can to get some more stuff on there. So just be patient with us as far as that goes. Justin Stanley, thank you again for the hot sauces. Ben Phelps, all the people at Winchester Metals, thanks for the poker. Fred and Chanel, again, enjoy Baby Willow. Everybody give Joe's Barbecue House a look. And Earl, hope you enjoy that pit barrel cooker. And just as always, thanks everybody. And until next time, Sunday at 7 a.m. Until then, we will be piddling. See you.